Hello, Playdate. This is Don.
This is Nick.
And I'm Ryan.
This week we are covering Playdate news.
Recent indie releases.
And this Thundersome Threesome's third act of the show is going to be a Dawn pick of the week with Match-o-3000.
Thank you for listening. Let's get started
Let's get
with
started indeed.
correction.
Correct away. Okay. Dawn, do you want to take this one away?
Yes, a very kind listener, John, called the bingo tip line and request
Woohoo!
some penance for my disrespectful pronunciation of Worcester, Massachusetts, not Worcestershire, Mass, but Worcester.
I don't
Worcester?
even remember you saying that.
Yes. He mentioned Worcestershire sauce.
A school that was using the Panic for Education, Playdate for Education program.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Yes.
All right.
That did happen last week.
And
Okay.
but I'm probably still saying it wrong, so I'm going to leave a little gap here so that I can edit in John's message right here.
Hey, this is Joe calling for the Bingo's tip line. And I had to call because that town in Massachusetts that came up on the most recent episode of Hello Playdate is Worcester, Massachusetts. Or if you're actually from Massachusetts, you might call it Worcester. I grew up in that area, so I heard that a lot. And so I just wanted to call and say that, and I really enjoy the show and have this funny connection to each of you because I live in Albuquerque, but I grew up in New Hampshire. And I'm married to someone who was born in Lansing, and I'm a drummer and a nerd. So there you go. Hope you all are well, and thanks for the show. Bye.
So thank you, John, for clarifying, for calling the bingo tip line, which you other listeners that aren't John can also do. You don't have to speak to anybody. You just call the number, you can leave a message. Nick will clarify in just a moment if other people, international listeners, can do this. But the number is 1724 Bingo's one. That's 1724-246-4671. You call it up, it goes straight to voicemail. You leave a little message, and then you can also be included here on the Hello Playdate podcast. And Nick, can international listeners get in on the thing, or do they have to set up like a spy network phone number on the dark web or something to do it, or what's the deal?
International callers are more than welcome to call the Bingo's tip line. Please don't incur massive charges when calling. So
Yes.
this is a US number, so if you call a US number and your phone carrier charges for international calls, just be aware that that is an international call.
Yes. Very good. Thank you. Ryan, do you have some Playdate news and notes to share with us?
Oh, you know I do, but man, can I just take a minute to rejoice in the fact that this Bingo's tip line has really been lighting up recently? I am excited that we are hearing from folks. And John, thank you so much. That was a very kind call of yours. We all super appreciate it. And if you want to be
Absolutely.
like John, and who doesn't, you can call that Bingo's tip line. But in the meantime, why don't we hoobity boop our way on over to the news and notes section, starting with a final reminder that Play Jam 8 is coming up this weekend. We've been mentioning this for a while. This is put on by Possibly Axolotl. You can head over to the link in the show notes and partake September 12th through the 15th. Make some games, jam them in there, jam them all up in our play dates, and boy, howdy, we can't wait to play those jams. So Play Jam 8 coming up this weekend. Guys, any thoughts about Play Jam 8? Are they any different from the first Play Jam, first 7 Play Jams? Your
They're
thoughts?
all, yeah, they're all unique, of course, and they're all stunning. They're
Do we
real
have
and they're fantastic.
do we do we have any themes for this one yet? Have they announced themes, or does that come on September 12th? Just have to be surprised. I've never
Uh,
jammed before, so I don't know the protocol.
I don't think they announced the theme yet. Nick, do you have any insight
I,
on
I
this?
I don't have any insight.
Okay. So no, we do not know yet. But looking at the past winners, there's some bangers on there. We enjoyed of the Avava, high
Unit
school,
tricks.
super high school sports day crank-athlon, Discovery, Snooze or Lose. Like I remember enjoying all these Discontrolled. Yeah, there's a bunch of good ones on here.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. All right. Well, if you want to join that elite crew, you know where to go. In the meantime, we can do a little follow-up. I wanted to mention, we talked about Panic's new education pricing, 15% off, opportunities for institutions that are now available. And I just wanted to put the word out to any fellow educators who might happen to be taking Panic up on this offer to please let us know if your students end up creating something. If they come out with a full game, we'd love to give it a mention and get some more eyes on their project for any potential future developers in our midst. So anyway, that's at play.date/education. And you can find out more about that if you are an educator who would like to deal with such things. So there's that. Now, coming up, we were a little light in the news and notes this week. I was looking around, not a lot. So I thought I'd come up with a new one-time segment, probably. I'm calling this the Etsy Index. Are you guys ready for this? I combed Etsy for all the wacky Playdate stuff that people were making, and I developed a little list from low to high. So we're going in low. We've got the little wooden Playdate pin or magnet. You can get this for a paltry $8. It looks very cute. It looks like a Playdate. It can be a pin or a magnet. Thought I'd mention that. Another thing I thought I'd mention, working our way up the price tiers here for a cold $32.99, is this brick wall case for your Playdate. Looks just like a brick wall. You can get this in yellow, purple, or black, your choice. And when it sutures up the Playdate, it looks just like a little brick wall, just like it says. And the brick pieces sort of fit together so that it looks like it's all one unit. Pretty amazing. It even fits that crank on the side of your Playdate. It's already there. So once again, brick wall Playdate case on Etsy. Link in the show notes. Another link that's going to be in the show notes is this handmade leather case. Mwah, chef's kiss on this one for $63.57. We've got just what I said, a handmade leather case. And it even, if you guys want to poke around at that little video right there, there's like some magnetization, something or another going on here because he gives it a little shaky poo, and boy, that thing doesn't come out. Very cool, very cool, very nicely handmade leather. Um, Maybe he does it in pleather. I'm just now realizing that I'm talking with a couple of vegetarians. So maybe I should have left that one off the list. But coming up for this last one, clocking in at $100, we have a Playdate Playwright keyboard. So what this is a little 3D printed Playdate sized typewriter looking thing. But when you jam your Playdate in here, you can also jam a keyboard in there, like a regular size keyboard connected up to this thing. And by golly, you can type with your typewriter onto your Playdate. This is something that I know you've always wanted to do. So now you can do it for $100. All right. So that's going to end my one-time segment called the Etsy Index. What did you guys think about that?
I need more photos of this keyboard thing because there's no like photos of it in action, right? It's just a photo of the actual dock.
I feel like there were more photos when I came here last time. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I remember seeing like a keyboard hooked up to it. Maybe it's in the photos from the reviews. Maybe we poke through there. Is that what we do? No, not on there. Very strange. Well, good podcasting, guys.
Okay,
But that's all I've got for you with this segment. Maybe this is why it's a one-time segment.
I will take your word for it. It's a cool idea. Are there any apps that use it? It says there's an application that you can sideload, but then what?
Then I think you are just like the ultimate hipster taking your 3D printed typewriter, jamming your Playdate in it and your keyboard, and sipping on your expensive coffee out in the world, showing people how it's supposed to be done.
Okay, so
True.
if you go to GitHub and look at the app, there is a little picture. Oh, it looks like a typewriter. I wasn't putting that together. It looks like a
Yes.
typewriter.
Should I machine some little keys and the arms to actually strike the Playdate screen surface?
Absolutely.
I think that's what you should do with your time.
Okay, this is actually kind of cool. When you see it all together, it does look cool. He needs to put these pictures on the Etsy store, the pictures that are in the GitHub app page,
Agreed.
Okay, I'm going there.
because the little blue thing is not as charming as the little yellow typewriter. Oh, okay, well,
Oh,
listeners, you will see the link. Go ahead, Nick.
it's a text editor. That's really cool.
Yes.
Um, okay, and now I get the typewriter aesthetic as well. Very cool.
See, now you guys are all turned around on the Etsy index, aren't you?
Yeah,
We're
now
bringing this
we're
back
there.
next week.
I think so.
There's a video of it and everything. Now I'm with you. So, listeners, I'll put the links to this stuff in the show notes, and so you can see the cool stuff.
Thank you, Don.
So, did you take a look at the keycaps on that keyboard? There's a row of emojis like where
Emojis, yeah.
it's interesting.
Some wacky keyboardage. Well, that's going to do it for the Etsy index. I've worn myself out. But in case you're not worn out from merchandise, we have one more, we'll call it a news and note here. There's a new Playdate embroidered keychain. This is official Playdate shop merch. Click on that. It's got some 3 cute little anthropomorphic Playdates on a little strip of fabric. And you can get that for a cold $12. That's the Playdate embroidered keychain directly from the Playdate shop. Then that brings us to our uncranked corner. We've got a few things to talk about here. Thank you, Zanya, for saving the news and notes this week. Starting with the Playdate Community Autumn Direct form is live. That will be linked in the show notes. The trailer deadline, should you be interested in submitting a trailer to the Direct, is going to be October 7th, 2025, and the Direct is going to premiere on YouTube on November 1st, 2025. Now, if you are a non-Playdate dev and you still want to join in, you can introduce a segment or a game. Just check out that form, or you can send Zanya a direct message or email at playdatecomdirect@gmail.com. That's Playdate, COMM DIRECT @gmail.com. All right. That was all news and note number 1 for Uncranked Corner. Number 2 is Artember. No, I did not mess up another word. Artember has started. There are 3 Playdate art-based projects. The first one is celebrating a couple years of Uncranked. So each print issue is going to come in a special mailer. You may remember the last special mailer that they had. Well, they're going to do another one to commemorate 2 years of uncrankedness, and you can submit your pixel art to be a part of it. So that pixel art could go on the mailer. And there's some guidelines for that in the Uncranked Substack, which I will mention here in a moment. Also in Artember, there's still 5 spots, 5 months remaining on the 2026 Playdate community calendar. So if you are an artist and you would like to be included, reach out to Zanya. And finally, Zanya is planning to release 2 coffee table books. One of them is complete, but the other has some vacancies for artwork. So this can be a number of different things, from pixel art to hand-drawn art, 3D printed art, photography, and more. Additional information for all things Artember, not just these coffee table books, is going to be in the Uncranked Quick News Update. That's the Substack update that Zanya sends out. Number 29. We'll have this number 29 update linked in the show notes. And finally, number 3 on the whole Uncranked corner is that nobody, and I mean nobody, should forget about the Narrative Nexus Halloween short story contest. Form in the show notes. And if that wasn't enough Uncranked info for you, and you would like to stay up to date on all the rest of it, you can head over to that Uncranked Substack. That's uncrankedpdzine.substack.com. Are you guys still
Nice.
with me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
Nice to get a big Uncranked update.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of stuff going on in Uncranked Land as always. And somebody else want to take this destination update? Found a couple of them.
Yeah, sure. I actually watched these today. So we got Pencil Marks, which is like a Sudoku game on Destination Playdate, and Crankstone, which is that Western shooting gallery game with all the little mini games mixed in. He also did a video on that recently.
Yeah, I watched both of those too, and Crankstone had me real excited when it came out, and it looks like it's quite challenging from
Hmm.
his video. I don't know if you watched that too, Don.
Yeah, it looks pretty difficult. So, I mean, it still looks good. I'm still interested in playing it, but much more challenging than I expected.
Yeah, same, same.
Because Destination Update, Destination Playdate, excuse me, Tax Log is much better at games than I am. And so when he struggles, I'm like, oh no, I'm really gonna struggle. So,
Cool. Well, we will leave a link to both of those in the show notes, as well as the Destination Playdate main channel link. So, I think that brings us to the end of our news and notes, which means we're now in Tubity Boop, our indie inventory. Don, what you got for us today?
Nick, are you ready to correct me?
Absolutely.
Did we
What's up?
talk about the shape that waits on our last episode?
We did not.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure because this was like behind games that we did talk about last week, but I don't
Hmm.
remember talking about it. So, anyway, the shape.
Dawn, this looks incredible.
It does
Go
look
ahead.
incredible. Yes. The Shape That Waits is out. It's $6. It's by Glowtox Games. You are the last survivor aboard a ship twisted by an alien presence. Every move you make burns oxygen, erodes sanity, and brings you closer to the horrors stalking the halls. So it's a turn-based roguelike, survival game, and the shape is always watching and learning you. So you want to survive, you want to use strategy as you make your way through the ship. Procedurally generated maps, roguelike permadeath. You scavenge and adapt to the ship. And obviously, it's got like a sci fi atmosphere. So, anyway, looks really, really cool. Awesome horror art style. Gotta play it. Gotta play it.
And
Are
I'm
you?
loving that ship up top with the title
Yeah,
there. Man, the whole thing just
so
very
good.
nicely presented.
The
That's
the
$6. The
card
shape,
and yeah, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
go for it. You were saying more important things.
I saw on Reddit the dev posted like which card art should I use and stuff, and like all the card art looks so cool. It's like, oh man, I don't know,
Hmm.
use all of them. They all look great.
Cool.
Anyway,
Well, as I was saying, that's $6 for the shape that waits.
yes. Next up is 180 degree Connect. It's like Connect 4, but you can turn the board upside down, and then it goes the opposite
Uh,
direction and like shakes it the other way. So yeah, it's two-player game mode. It's got a computer mode. Literally turn the board upside down on like a pivot. It's 250 and this is by Cybernat 2000 PL.
hmm. Very
Yeah.
interesting. I like the variations on match something games. There was this game from my childhood called Match 4, which is like a three-dimensional Connect 4, and I super love that, but I have a hard time finding anyone to play it with because it breaks everyone's brains. Um, at least in my family. Maybe your mileage would vary. But I mention all that to say this looks like it might break my brain. I wonder if this mechanic would be easy to start strategizing around. I feel like I would really get mixed up with where all the pieces would land once you flip
That's
the whole thing over.
my concern too, looking at the GIF here. But
I don't know. It
it
looks like
looks really cool.
there's more than two types of pieces too.
So
Unless
that,
it's
It
when you
looks like
flip
there's
it.
an upside down and a right side up
yeah,
type
it looks
Yeah,
like those are front side and back side of the pieces. Because look, there's like a texture, and then when it flips over, then that texture on that piece is gone.
changes, yeah. So maybe it's kind of like I looked up that Match 4 game you're talking about where you're kind of stacking the pieces.
Yes,
I'm guessing
on
it's the
like
same thing. So this almost looks like
16
you're
pegs.
stacking them as well
Uh-huh.
on but only 2 dimensions maybe.
Yes.
So
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, it looks like something fun to play, and it's only 250. So if you have
Yeah.
checked out 180-degree Connect, let us know.
Cool.
Okay. Next up is a game called Molar Mayhem. This is just a quick little score chaser. This is by Orgonzola, and you're a little tooth, and you're running around to an empty hole, basically a gap in the teeth before the mouth closes, and you just see how many you can get before you get crushed. It's $1.
This
It's
is really
bite-sized.
pleasing.
Yes. It just looks cute. You've probably
Totally.
played something similar on side-scrolling platformers and that type of thing, but
The tooth cried.
it does look disturbing when you get crushed, but also very cute. So anyway,
What is going on with this person's mouth, though, is really the question.
they're sleeping, they're snoring, and they also grind their teeth.
And
So
they
they're
also have only molars.
yes. We're we're all
Herbivores.
made different in the eyes of God. So
We're, we're not judging, just
yes.
making an observation.
That's Molar Mayhem, $1 Orgonzola.
Very
Next up
good.
is Polku by another dev, Match-o-3000, something like that. Anyway, if you like Zuma, Luxor, or Puzz Loop, then you get the idea. You're in the middle of a bunch of balls, and they're coming through a snaking maze-like pattern, and you shoot them, and then if you match the pattern of balls, then they disappear, and you're trying to get all the balls to go away before they reach the hole in the center of the maze.
Oh, very interesting. I just watched the YouTube video on this, and it's kind of like a puzzle bobble, but you're in the center of this concentric whatever circle, triangle, whatever the shape is, and trying to bop these balls with multiples of three. Really cool take on that genre.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun. It's got little illustrated realistic backgrounds and whatnot. So cool one of those on the Playdate. I'm assuming it uses the crank controls, which seems like a winner for this type of game.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. And because people like it when we say the name twice, that's Polku for 4.99 by Matt Aj.
Indeed. Next up is Eye to Eye. This one looks pretty sweet by Clap Clap.
Hush, hush. I
Scour the
do.
land to help a narrow-eyed Cyclops find his way home and reunite with his love in this single-screen action platformer exclusively for the Playdate. So there's 45 action-packed levels. You are an eyeball. You hop out of the Cyclops face, you accomplish various tasks, and then you hop back into the Cyclops eye socket to move on to the next stage. So yeah, that's all fine and good. But then it says, inspired by such classics as Donkey Kong 94, a game Nick has never played, despite me nagging him to play it hundreds of
For
times.
years. Yeah.
Yes. Also, Bubble Bobble, Castlevania 2, and Downwell, banger after banger. Eye to Eye pushes to create an unforgettable entry in the genre. So, yeah, I mean, with those as the references, how can you miss Eye to Eye?
I mean, I would think they'd get Nick with Castlevania 2, but I don't like to game shame. But Nick, can I loan you Donkey Kong 94?
I own a
Dude.
copy.
Oh
I
gosh.
replace the battery. It's ready to go.
All right.
Um, yeah.
Fantastic. It's
I,
worth
I
it.
have I have played the rest of the items in that list.
Do you enjoy those games?
I enjoy Bubble Bobble and Castlevania 2. Yes.
Not Downwell?
I'm not a Downwell fan.
Oh,
Sorry.
what in the hell? All right. Well, anyway, Donkey Kong 94 is fantastic, and you need to play it. We should
Welcome to
have the
our game
family
shame
lock that
episode, our
door.
segment of the week. Nick, thank you for participating.
I feel like
You're
we could
welcome.
make that a regular segment, shaming Nick and Ryan into playing something.
We don't
Okay.
need shame. No
They never
shame
actually
here.
play the game, but we can still shame them. Anyway, Eye to Eye sounds amazing. I can't wait to play it.
It
Download it,
looks
haven't
really
played.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
This says that it's actively in development and it's about 50% complete.
Yeah,
A
whatever.
little more
Anyway,
than 50%.
Well, I mean, hasn't this been around since 1983?
Get in on the ground floor. Eye to
Movie
eye.
three?
Hush, hush. Too
Oh,
shy.
Too shy eye to eye.
Yeah. By Kajago
Kajagoogoo.
Kajagoogoo.
Kajagoogoo, yes.
There you go.
We are showing our age. Okay. Eye to eye by Clap Clap. And James Game Boy's on there too. Okay, next up, Mouse Gun for the Playdate by Silver Metal. It's free. You are Jonathan, the mouse, forced to murder in the name of science. Isn't a lot of science just murdering? He must dodge and blast his way out of the maze, gather cheese. That is a myth that mice like cheese, by the way. Gather gun upgrades and uncover the truth about his family and the lab he's trapped in. Come now, explode tons of rest, free Jonathan.
Welcome to our Mouse Cheese Actually segment of the episode, everyone. Thank you, Don.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I mean, it looks sweet. It looks like there's a guy, you can be a hand that tries to stab Jonathan, or maybe that's one of the enemies. I'm not sure. Looks cool. Downloaded, haven't played. Need
well,
to
you
play.
control Jonathan, not the hand, right?
I would I don't know. Find out soon when you play Mouse Gun
Oh, okay.
For
free.
free. It's not even a name your own price. Huh.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, looks
Thank
very
you,
cool.
Silver Metal.
Don't forget
developed
to
Mouse Gun?
resize your gifts, though.
Hey,
Was there a missized GIF?
Yeah, it's too small. If you'd listened to a previous episode with Scenic Route Software, he mentions that you can resize your gifts and make them
Ryan,
larger.
Ryan doesn't listen to the show, Don.
That's okay.
Down the final screenshot, which is a play on Zelda, quite obviously,
Yes.
but it also the sprite itself of the character that's presenting the cheese reminds me of a game called Crystallis by
Ooh.
SNK. Yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd put that in there. All right, ready to move on. Thank you.
A game
We're glad
we
you're here, Nick.
refuse to play until you play Donkey Kong 94.
Wow, I bought Crystallis.
Crystallis is awesome.
I'm very minorly through that game. The words are eluding
Okay,
me as always,
so-
but I've played
so
a very
Ryan,
tiny bit.
You're aware that in 1998 the world ended and magic
No.
returned. It's
Huh.
in the opening cutscene.
The distant future of 1998?
The distant future of 1998.
Okay. I look
yeah.
forward to encountering this year again.
Yeah, magic returned almost immediately, by the way, after the nuclear war that destroyed the world. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
ready.
Well, you know what else I'm looking forward to is Play Doodle.
Yeah.
Don, you want to tell us about this one?
This is a collaborative pixel art game. So it's in public beta,
Huh.
so heads up. But you launch the game, and then when you start doodling, like everybody's using the same canvas. So if you draw Ryan Claytor original Elephant Eater art on here,
And then
everybody
Nick comes
else
in
will
and
be
draws
collaborating, and they can say
some
they've
garbage on top.
collaborated with an Eisner judge, etc. And then everybody can put that on their resumes as artists.
All right.
Isn't that cool?
I guess I need to get on here
You
then.
need to get in there. Get all your buddies to get on there too, so we can all be like artists with all these award-winning artists.
So you guys are getting on here? You said get my buddies on here.
I mean, we can do that too, but I meant your actual talented artists.
Art buddies.
Yeah. Anyway, pretty cool idea though, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's real fun.
Yeah. So there you go. This
Very
is
neat.
by Giorgio Pomatini, and it is called Play Doodle, and it is name your own price. All right, we still got a bunch of catalog games and a game of the week to talk about. Treated is the next game. It's a catalog game. It's by Pixel Goat. Pixel Ghost. Excuse me. It's $1. This came out about a year ago. It was, I want to say, like a Play Jam game or something. Maybe it was just a free game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Halloween themed game. It was really fun. It's a short little game. But this catalog release adds crank functionality and additional memory elements. But yeah, basically you're exploring like a little Halloween room, little adventure,
really
trick or treating.
Like this game from the Play Jam. Cool to see it get a catalog release. That's neat.
And it's only $1. Did we say that? Did I black out? Did you guys say that? It's only a
I
dollar.
think so. Yes.
Okay.
It was PlayJam 6. That's where it showed up. So definitely worth checking out. Treated $1 by Pixel Ghost.
And
Next,
this brings us back to the news and notes section of this episode because Play Jam 8 is coming up this weekend. So, hey, oh, look at this. Some catalog love from the Play Jams, right? Right?
indeed.
If you want that catalog, sweet, sweet love, you know where to go this weekend. Jam it up with possibly Axolotl and friends.
So, uh, Don, can you tell me something about the next game in the list, Bobo Bird?
Bobo Bird. Yeah, you crank to power your jetpack, you aim to set your flight path, and then you launch Bobo into the sky. You crank again while falling to defy gravity, and you float around. So it kind of looks like you're one of the pills from Dr. Mario, but you have a jetpack.
Huh.
Or an inversed minion from Despicable Me.
Yeah, kind of like a minion, but you attach to other little minion guys with the mechanics of a Dr. Mario pill, sort of. I don't know, looks weird. Like I feel like this is a game you got to play to understand how it works. Like you can't just look at it and get it, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it's got puzzle elements, but it's listed as an action game. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out too. Hmm.
I don't know. Looks kind of fun. I'm trying to think. I'm like I feel like I've played something similar, but I'm having a hard time pinning down which game. Like one of those trampoline games from the Atari era, maybe, or the C64 era. You trampoline, you bounce around, you come back down. Moonlander-ish. No, no, nobody's got anything to say.
Yeah,
Anyway, yeah.
sorry,
So check
I
out.
was I was trying real hard to read to see if I could figure out any more about the game from the description, and I don't know, I'm not getting a whole lot more. Sorry.
Wacky jetpack game by Five Pockets. It's $8. Bobo Bird. Check it out. I am tossing it on the wish list. And next up is Jump the Crank. We have talked about this one in the past. This is by Glevy Games. It is $3. Such a deal because I can't remember, Nick, honestly. I can't remember if you played this, but I know Ryan and I did, and we enjoyed this one. All different types of jump rope games with different mechanics and gimmicks. It was really fun, and
It
you never
was
really knew
fun.
what was coming next. And you're playing
Totally.
like little mini games while you're jumping rope, which was really fun and creative. Yeah, if you want to smile, then check out Jump the Crank.
Who
The less you
doesn't
know,
want to
the
smile?
better.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there's really a surprising number of ways that this jump rope mechanic is implemented. On description, I would think, oh, you know, how much can you do with that? But there's really a lot of game here. I would highly suggest it, especially for $3. $3,
Yeah,
Jump the Crank by Glevy Games.
very cute game.
Agreed.
Okay, next up, Pencil Marks. We kind of talked about it earlier. This is by Dennis Van
Yep.
Zwieten.
Hmm.
$6. It's a Sudoku game. You can watch a whole video about it on Destination Playdate. But yeah, it looks like a very well done Sudoku-like, Sudoku-ish, a literal Sudoku game. Not even a like.
Was that mentioned in Indie Inventory last episode? Is that where we were talking about it? I know
That
that
was a different
Destination.
Sudoku game.
Is
I
that right?
think. Was it the same one? I don't think it was. Was
Hmm.
it?
Got to go listen to our own episode, I
Yeah, we're
guess.
gonna have to make a correction.
All
This looks
right.
polished as heck, though.
It
This looks
does.
really, really nice.
I
Which one?
don't. This one. I don't
This
think
one.
it's the same one though.
Hmm.
Let me look real quick. Oh my
What are we
goodness.
talking about?
Is
Pencil
this the
marks,
same
right?
Sudoku game as last
Who are you?
week?
Who am I? Where are we?
I'm looking. I'm looking.
Could be anywhere.
I'm not seeing
I'm
the one
gonna
from last
try to
week.
make podcast happen right now while you're looking for pencil mark stuff. The next game is called Tower Defense for $4. This is by
No, that's not the
AI
name of it.
Code.
Correction.
Fine. Go for it, Don.
Correction. No, just look at it. It's not tower defense. It's
It's
crank tower.
called Crank Tower Defense, Ryan.
Gosh. Sudoku
Come on.
Pocket is also the. It's the name of the other one was Sudoku Pocket, Ryan.
Oh, so okay.
I
So
love you, Ryan. It's Sudoku Pocket was the other one.
all right, back to
Okay.
Sudoku. We're off of tower defense. Back to Sudoku. So Sudoku game that we talked about last time was different than this Sudoku game we're talking
Yes,
about this time. Is that right?
That's correct.
correct.
Okay.
Sudoku Pocket by TNMM. That was the other game that was not pencil marks.
Not this
Well,
game.
I think that Pencil Marks must have heard us last week and got real busy real fast and got that catalog approval within
I
minutes because didn't we say something about how
It was the
the
first one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
in an
There's
empty.
never been a Sudoku game on here
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
Well, we were right,
Yeah.
and now there has been two.
Well, cool. Now you have some choices, Sudoku fans.
We're lousy with Sudoku games on the Playdate one.
All right. All right. We've talked about Sudoku. Now we're going to talk about a game
Both
that
kinds.
is not called Tower Defense.
Despite there not being the word crank on it, it is called Crank Tower Defense. The AI coder forgot to put the word crank in the picture, I guess.
Oh, man. All right.
Okay,
Yep.
go ahead, Ryan. Sorry to bother you.
It's okay. That's what I'm here for. We have a game called Tower Defense or Crank Tower Defense, depending upon if you're looking at the card or if you're looking at the URL. But it says defend your base and crank up the action in Crank Tower Defense, a retro-inspired tower defense game built exclusively for this little console. We talk about strategically deploy towers, battle relentless enemies, and spin your way to victory across dynamic paths and maps. All right, so you got a tower defense game with a crank mechanic in there. If that's your thing, boy howdy, you can nab this for $4 thanks to AI coding. There it is.
There it is. The cranking powers up your towers, I think.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Stars of the Screen, Mouflon Cloud. Don, I think you better take this one.
If you haven't played Stars of the Screen, you need to play it. It's a one-of-a-kind adventure experience on the Playdate. It's a very unique game. It's got a little bit of everything, a little something for everybody. You never know what you're going to find on Stars of the Screen. I don't really want to tell you what's going on, but it's just a tribute to a lot of past PC experiences.
Hmm.
And so just
Interesting.
hop in there and check it out. Another game that will make you smile. $6. It's a Playdate
Okay,
classic at this point.
so up top it says Stars of the Screen is made by Mouflon Cloud, but then down under credits and big thanks it says concept and code by Jan Martinique at Mouflon Cloud. Oh, is
Jan.
so Jan is Mouflon Cloud? Is that the thing?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Okay. I thought it said and, not at. Whoopsies. Sorry about that.
No worries. No worries. Okay. Also,
Remember.
another classic is Gun Trails by Yoyogi by Yoyogi Games. This is a shoot 'em up. What is this? A vertical shooter? Oh, they added a
Looks like it.
novice mode. Yes. This is a very good, very, what is it called? It'll push your playdate to the limits. Lots of animation, lots of effects, lots of action in Gun
Does look very
Trails.
ambitious. Wow. Yep.
Yes.
Cool. Well,
This is
some good
by, yeah, we already said it's $4. Check it out.
Yogi games.
Yeah.
Some good vault games this week. Very cool. Well, talking about good games, why don't we talk about those sale games? We got some that are on sale, starting with Cosmosis, down to 3 from 4. Elven Forest, same. Tiny Turnip, wow, that was just released and it's already 40% off from 10 down to 6. We got Top Bins coming at you for 33% off, 6 down to 4. Coda is down to $1. Oh, this always gets me excited when things are 67% off. Then we have Cranky Cove, 10 to 8. We've got Volumental, like volleyball and elemental. Volumental, 4 down to 3. Jump Truck from 8 to 5. What's this? Save Your Chicks, 5 to 4. And Brendan Coe's Putting Land from 8 to 5.
Very good. Lots of good stuff.
Don, have you tried Brendan Coe's Putting Land? I feel like you're an avid golf game tryer-outer.
I did when it came out. It didn't really grab me, honestly, but
Hmm.
I have not played it in a couple
Okay.
months.
Looks cool. Sort of an overhead view type thing.
Does look cool.
Yeah.
The
That's a
it's
good
okay.
one.
So the thing was that there's a lot of walking between everything. A lot of walking. A
It
little
doesn't
bit of a
just take
turn
you there,
off.
huh? Okay, interesting. Oh, hey, have I just been sleeping for the past however long we've been doing sale games, or is
Yes.
this countdown timer new? It's telling you this is discounted until September 22nd. You have 12 days, 21 hours, 46 minutes, and 1 second left.
Where do you
Has
see
that
that?
always been there?
Where's that?
I think
I'm
that's
looking at
new.
Brendan Coe's Putting Land buy for 38% off, just underneath it, underneath the buy button on the page itself.
Oh,
Like
let's
if you
see.
click into the
No,
page,
that's been there for a long time.
has it?
Yeah,
Oh,
because there's less
huh.
than 1 hour on Save Your Chicks for me.
Yes,
And
same.
I have seen that before.
Huh.
Also,
Interesting.
pdgames.com, PD games with a Z, will give you the same information.
Oh, interesting. Very cool. Well, I'm glad I know about it now. I didn't
Yeah,
before.
that's neat.
Right on. All right. Well, I think that does it for our indie inventory. You know what that mean-bitty beep beep boobity boop means
What's it mean,
is
Ryan?
moobity boop boop Scooby doop skliddly doop means it's time for our pick of the week from Dawn. Dawn hitting us with the Match-o-3000 this week. Dawn, let's hear all about this. James.
That's a lot of boops to edit out. I gotta write that down. Jeez. Okay. Match-o-3000 by Young Man, Young, by YMGS Software. Do you want to be Wizard Scientist's apprentice? Let's see if you can pass the test. Match elemental tiles, earn coins, collect magical items, discover secrets, build synergies, and create big combos. Be strategic and careful. There might be surprises along the way. So, yeah, at its core, it's a match three, but it's got that Balatro twist where you're unlocking a lot of different buffs or items that have buffs, and you can buy them. You get coins basically at the end of each run, and then you go to a little shop and you can buy stuff. And then they'll say, "Oh, when you match fire, it'll give you +2 multiplier." Okay, cool. Or things like that. Oh, your bonus will give you more coins, and then as those work together, your bonuses get higher and higher, and then you get on these crazy binges where, like Palatro, I'm going to keep mentioning Palatro, you'll get trillions of points if you're really good, which I am not. But you can get trillions and trillions of points with these crazy synergies. So I was looking at the um, squad Discord, and there were thousands of comments on the Match-o-3000 board. Also, it's getting constant updates. Just in the last 2 weeks, it's gotten 3 updates, I think, which is awesome. And 2 weeks ago, they added 15 items. They added more features to the game, so it's getting a lot of love, which is encouraging. Like I love seeing games just have long legs and stuff. It's a game I really enjoy, but I want to hear what you guys thought because there's a lot to it. And we haven't really played a game like this and talked about it on the show. So let's start with Nicholas.
Hello, Don.
Hello, Nick.
I've played a game called Match-o-3000.
Okay, I'm glad you played it.
Yeah, this game I enjoy a good match three. I'm playing a match three as my wind down game for the evening when I am awake.
Hmm.
And so this felt right at home. It was good timing. The things that I enjoyed about it were the lab, very Mega Man esque. Later Mega Mans, where you can purchase upgrades and then those upgrades persist or they carry with you for future stages. I thought that was clever and fun, and the way that they build with each other is really interesting. You're presented with two choices, and you can purchase either, both, or neither. And you can also tell the game for a fee to re-roll the items that are presented to you. in the hopes of getting one that you actually want or that you haven't seen before. The collectathon aspect is something which I didn't start working towards. I was mostly focused on, just getting through as many stages as possible. And then I realized that there are different layers to the game. It's not just about progression necessarily, it's about progression on multiple fronts, like progression through the collection aspect or progression through um, points, not just stages and things like that. So it kind of opened the game up to me once I started paying a little more attention to things outside of just what stage did I fail at, and then trying to best that. Um, some of the items, when they are combined together, are extremely powerful, depending upon the random number generation gods for that run. Um, you can beat many stages with a single move if you have certain combinations of items, and that can include some of the later stages, much later stages where the point totals that you need to hit are incredibly high. Um, so I thought that was really fun, and it caused me to focus on specific power ups and trying to um, collect those early and have those work really well. Some of my favorite power ups, can I mention those, Don? Or is it too
Yeah.
early? Okay. Some of my favorite power ups are the ones where uh, the entire board basically rotates and it
Hmm.
can match diagonals. The 8 ball is maybe the most powerful one in combination with some of the other ones. Um, there's a few other ones which are kind of key to uh, heavy progression in my mind, or at least with the way that I play. And yeah, it's quite enjoyable. I did find that I saw a lot of mention in our Discord about the boss fights, and there are boss fights which appear every certain number of stages, and they seem to be randomly placed. So there's a few different boss types, and those boss types you may be presented with one first or a different one first. But they all use some aspect of withholding certain tiles from your moves. So they might block off an entire row or multiple rows as the stage progresses, or they might block off columns, or they may block off random tiles, just depending on the type of boss that you're encountering and their attacks. Um, the boss fights, I felt could be real run killers, just depending. Um, because of the nature that the items interacting with the tiles might have. Um, so just depending on which items you're holding, you could get really stuck super easily on some of the boss types, um, which is fine. I feel that in this type of game, it's not expected that you're going to progress from stage 1 to stage 99 every time that you play. It's expected that you're going to experiment and kind of feel your way through the game. Um, that said, I don't know. Does this game persist forever? Is there an end state?
Yeah, there's an
Uh,
end.
okay, I haven't gotten there yet. Um, but I also haven't unlocked all the items yet. But I've gotten quite a ways into that. And yeah, enjoyed the music. Enjoyed the gameplay. Once I started kind of relaxing about the progression through stages, I started enjoying the game quite a lot more. Um, but that's my very long-winded opinion. Ryan, what did you think?
Um, So I agree. There was some real jaunty music in here that really kept me going for a while. In fact, when I got on the horn tonight with Dawn, I was busy singing it. It really captured my attention.
I'm
Um,
sorry, I missed that.
that's why you got to show up on time. Um,
I refuse.
so, as far as the game itself, I feel like a soggy puss saying this, but I had a real rough time connecting with this game. And I am somebody who enjoys a puzzle game, enjoys a match something game. I love Tetris, I love Dr. Mario, I love Puzzle Bobble, I love a match three, but this one, to me, it felt like there was a lot of luck involved. Like you would pick a threesome, and then, depending upon what power-ups you have, they start bling blonging all over the place, and then it breaks and breaks and breaks and breaks, and there's nothing that I was doing to make that happen. It just is like these blocks are falling down, and I guess they're popping because either there's three or they're reacting to some sort of um, power up that I have. But it didn't feel like I was in charge of that. It just felt like I was kind of watching a slot machine. And when I don't have agency, when I feel like I don't have agency over a game, it becomes less interesting to me. And that's kind of how I felt in this game. Maybe I'm not understanding it fully, though. Don, can you help me through this? Am I missing something here?
I feel like that's a lot of match threes, or you make a match and then as things cascade, it's going to make more matches. So that's not unusual for this genre. Where what's unique about this one is that you can move tiles without making a match. Like you can move, there might not be a match on the screen, and instead of
Hmm.
shaking or emptying the screen until there is a match, and then showing you, okay, here you got three snowflakes over here to match. You can just move a snowflake over and use a turn, and then use another turn to move it again. So that's something unique here where you're not always going to get that cascade. Um, and so you still want to, I mean, the goal is to set up those moves where you're not just making one match per move. You want to see those cascades. You want to match these three clouds so that they fall and you match three snowflakes and then those match three fire or whatever. That's the goal. Because in the future, you might only have 10 moves, but you need 150,000 points. And
Hmm.
you're only, I mean, a match three is only going to get you 3 points. So you need those synergies and those buffs to get you 150,000 points out of what would initially only give you 3 points.
Just out of curiosity, what were your guys' high scores clocking in at? I think I got like in the neighborhood of 600,000 at one point.
Yeah, that's where mine is.
Somewhere in there.
I guess I asked because I was looking at the leaderboards and there's like 7 quintillion or something crazy that just seemed like after I got my 600,000, I was feeling like, okay, that seemed like a real good run to me. And then I looked at the leaderboards and found out that that paled in comparison to not only all time, but also like daily scores. I tried the main game, I tried the daily challenge. Um, I don't know. Is there like a system to the power up purchasing that is more strategic than I'm understanding?
I I think those scores are coming with having more things unlocked. Like Nick kind of talked about, or he alluded to chasing down more unlocks. Because if you look at the catalog page, you can see the items discovered page, and some are
Yep,
whited out and some have
yep,
locks on them. And
yep.
so the whited out ones are available to you in the shop, but you just haven't purchased them yet. The
Hmm.
locked ones are not available to you yet. You have to hit possibly their end game or something to unlock
Some
them.
sort of threshold. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so those people that have the thousands and thousands, they're able to create combinations that you're not able to create in the early game.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so I haven't played it enough, and my old Playdate is now broken, and so I cannot use it. And so I think I have more items available on that one. I kind of had to start over when we recorded this episode. And so I'm in the process of unlocking more things and trying to build up a bigger score. And I've talked about Balatro a couple times. It's the same kind of thing. Like you over time you get more permanent upgrades in that. I don't know that this has a permanent upgrade system, but it kind of does in that you have more items available in the pool. So you're able to make a better selection. Like there was a run I had this week in Match-o-3000 where I had like 200 coins pretty quick. Like I just
Mhm.
had so much money I couldn't spend it all. I could do as many rerolls as I wanted. I could just buy whatever I wanted. Now you can only hold 12 items at a time.
Yep.
And then I had all rare items or I forget what the name of it is. It's above rare. Um I'm sorry, I can't think of it. Basically, I had all good items and like I didn't want to get rid of anything. So then it was like that's where the challenge became what where do I use my brain to figure out how do I boost my scores even higher and synergize my items. And like I wasn't good enough. So the people that are getting millions of points a day, I could see where that would be discouraging and then like, oh well, I'm only getting these small scores. I know you love chasing high scores, so like what am I doing wrong? It's just that they have that pool to pick from.
Yeah, that makes sense that they've uncovered or discovered additional items that are maybe more powerful than the ones I'm using, so it encourages you to play more. I can see that. Um,
Not even necessarily more powerful. They're just able to create synergies that might work better together.
hmm.
They've got chocolate and peanut butter. You've got peanut butter and mustard right now. Mustard's good with ketchup, but it's not good with peanut butter.
Yeah, yeah. Good description. I don't know that this is ever going to be my go-to game, but I appreciate the discussion and learning more about it in terms of the fact that there's additional power-ups that I can chase and search for, and maybe combinations that I'm not thinking of that would be particularly helpful. In that regard, do either of you have suggestions for, hey, I found this type of combo real beneficial?
Go ahead, Nick. It looks like you're.
So you notice my preparing to speak face.
Well,
um,
I definitely have been talking a lot more this episode than you.
the 8 ball and the vertical arrow, uh, those are the two items that I always try to shoot for as quickly as possible. The other items that you can go for that'll really boost things um, on the simple side are things where you get extra. Um, I forget what they call them in this game. Combos, counters for making a match of particular elements.
Multipliers?
Um, multipliers, maybe, yeah. Um, anything that boosts your multiplier is going to crank your scores through the roof if you use it correctly. Some of them are sort of anti-multiplier, though, so you've got to be careful to weigh the type of item that you're bringing in against the other items that you already have. So in the labo, where you're not making cardboard items to work with your Nintendo Switch, but where you're trying to figure out these upgrades, it's important to compare um, what you've got with what is on offer and see what makes sense. If you have something that gives you a lot of coins, for example, that's another thing that I would shoot for to try to get money early. And then I would throw that item away once I had enough money and replace it with something that was far more beneficial to multipliers or to adding to existing multiplier. There's a bunch of different strategies that you can utilize that depend upon the type of progression that you're going for
So you
within the
mentioned,
game.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, do it.
Um, so you mentioned potentials of like negative multipliers or multipliers working against you. Is that when the description says something to the effect of you get 3x if you're doing this, but minus 1x if you're doing another thing? Is that what you're talking
Yes.
about? Okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
My other question is, what does it mean when it adds 2 to base score or 4 to base score?
Instead of match three being 3 points, it'll be 5 points if it's plus two.
Hmm.
Aha. Okay.
But that so if pyro is then plus five, but then you have a multiplier pyro times two, then it'd be
Hmm.
10.
Okay.
And then
So
if you
then
have a
you
combo, then it'd be and combos times two, then you'd have 20. It'd be worth 20.
So
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
impacts the type of matches that you want to make. So if you have a bunch of pyro on the board,
Hmm.
clobber that first, and then that will kind of influence the rest of what you're doing within that stage, because it'll boost through the points needed to make it to the next stage quicker.
And
The
if you're
fewer
only
turns
buying, oh, go ahead.
the fewer turns you complete a stage in, the better.
You get more
Um,
money.
you
Yep.
get a lot more money.
And if you buy four or five or six just pyro buffs, then and you're making
Unstoppable.
pyro matches or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah. Like I would
Uh,
do pyro runs or I'd do cryo runs and just try and
the
focus
only
on those.
The only problem with that strategy are stages where they specifically take certain tiles away from you.
Yeah,
Um,
that
so
sucks.
you gotta watch out for those. Um, but yeah, I mean that's a solid strat too. There's a ton of different things that you can do that
Hmm.
all focus on the interplay of the items with each other.
I would also do runs where I would only buy new items, or as often as possible
Hmm.
I'd buy new.
Yep.
And if there wasn't a new item, I'd just re-roll and buy new items. And
Yep.
so I don't know what my synergies would be, but I was just buying new items out of the pool to just fill out my little
My
item.
synergies were garbage when I did that, but it
Yeah.
is a way to very quickly see a lot of stuff that you wouldn't ordinarily. So a lot of the kind of stuff that I had written off early on
Hmm.
when I had started focusing on that, quickly pick it up and then you don't have to mess with it again if you don't find it valuable. It's pretty cool.
Did you look at your stats at all, Ryan?
Yeah, I did. Uh-huh.
So that shows what items you prefer and whatnot. And there was like I'm not sure exactly what it did. It was like a scroll. I use that a ton. I can see it on the let's see if it shows what it does because I can see it in one of the GIFs. Each item gives a plus two mult something. I use that in like 30% of my runs or something.
Hmm.
Oh, it builds up. Currently you have a zero multiplier, but every time you use it, it adds to that multiplier. So it
Hmm.
gets stronger and stronger and stronger the more you use it.
Okay. Interesting. Very cool.
I will say one thing that I really didn't like about the game was the boss fights. I think
Mm.
they're way too punishing for how small the board is and that it takes out. I mean, it's only a 6x6 board, and for taking out two columns or hitting you every time with like it'll put pancakes or something or jail cells or whatever every turn on a couple of boxes. And so after three turns, there's like half the board is covered and you can't touch them. It's like way too punishing, I think. I didn't enjoy the boss fights or most of the boss fights. And there's no, like, as far as I could tell, there was no tutorial or instruction manual on what the bosses really did, other than, okay, you're frozen now and you just got to work around it. That wasn't real fun, I didn't think.
I found most of the bosses to be pretty self-explanatory once you played a couple of rounds.
What's the
Um,
pancake guy?
I don't even know who the pancake guy is, so maybe I
It's like a
didn't
box that
encounter.
looks like pancakes or something. You know what I'm talking about? He
Nope.
turns the box into like a thing of pancakes.
I got
Huh,
to
okay.
Robot Guy and Disco Ball Guy. I'm trying to remember Pancake Guy.
I saw
Yeah,
that one pretty frequently. I don't know.
Hmm.
maybe I'm just not picturing it correctly. Maybe
Crepes? Maybe.
I don't
Okay.
know.
All right. Anyway, okay. Or anything else to say about Match-o-3000?
Not on my end, but thank you for picking it, Don. Even if it wasn't my cup of tea, I feel like I'm frequently hefting praise upon you for the games that you choose, and maybe you found one finally that did not click with me. It's bound to happen at some point.
That's okay. I'll take it. Oh, and I do wish like there's a daily high run and you have to daily
And you
run
have to
high
get
score.
7 quintillion.
No, well, you have to beat the run to get on the board. I wish it was just like the high
Oh, I
score for that
wondered
day.
about that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to see like, oh, okay, I got 600,000 on the daily run because I would usually do the daily run.
Yeah, I did it a few times,
Yeah.
and I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be doing. Um,
Yeah, I tried it out too and
Oh
did not
well.
get very far.
No.
okay. All right.
All right. Well, again, Don, thank you for the pick.
What's next?
And what is next is a me pick. So before I tell you about what I picked, I wanted to just take a moment to mention a couple of really close runners up for me. We don't usually do this, but I wanted to give a quick shout. I hope this doesn't make the devs sad that they were close but didn't get it. My hope is that this will let more people know about the games and that they are very fun. So I got a what do we call this? A trial version, a free version of Suddenly Bird. And I enjoyed this a whole lot. I ended up playing this quite a bit over the past couple weeks, and I I thought this was going to be my game, honestly. So I'm so sorry that it wasn't for the developer, but I really had a great time. It's like this platformy type game that is like somewhat repetitive in its mechanic, but then new mechanics are introduced each time, and you make your way through these different worlds. Like it's sort of an overhead world map, and you go to each different section, sort of like in a Mario 3 or something like that. And anyway, super enjoyed Suddenly Bird. I would highly suggest checking that out. Another game I tried out from Dawn, your indie inventory last episode, was Ballistic Tilt. Remember that sort of like
Mm.
wooden labyrinth type game where you use the accelerometer in the Playdate and move your marble around? I thought that was quite cool. Another one that was quite close to being chosen, but the one that I did end up choosing was, drum roll, Moon is Moon is our friend. The Moon is our friend is the game that I am choosing, and this is available on itch, and it's name your own price. So head over there, give a price if you can, and not if you can't, and enjoy this game. I do want to preface this with a couple things because there's a standard mode and an easy mode. You can toggle easy mode on and off at any point when you're choosing a level. And I went in playing standard mode, not easy mode, because I'm like, I'm a big boy. I can do standard mode. But boy, howdy, this difficulty ramps up real quick. And you really have to get a solid understanding of the gravitational pull that you exert on incoming meteors. And I kind of hit a wall, but was real stubborn for a while. And I'm like, I'm gonna do this standard mode. And then I finally switched over to easy mode, and it was still quite challenging. But I did complete the game in easy mode, and now I'm heading back and doing levels that I could not do in standard mode and having fun all over again. All that to say, don't feel bad if you click on easy mode. I'm here to tell you it's the way to go your first time through. Okay. So, with that said, The Moon is Our Friend is my pick for the next fortnight. I hope everyone enjoys it. Very crank heavy game. I love it. I hope you do too.
Very cool. This is the game that I meant to pick last week
Is that
and
right?
could not remember. Yeah.
Oh,
So I was going to pick
well,
it next time, but I'm glad I'm
I,
playing it now.
well, that's great because I was most worried about you, Don. I feel
No, no,
like
no. I
this
really
is,
like this
I
one.
was worried about both of you, actually. This feels like a crank heavy, multi-try, point chasey Ryan type of game. And I don't know. I hope you like it. I couldn't put it down.
Yeah, it's fun. I hope you like it,
Cool.
Nick. Now there's a lot of
I
pressure because we both
I
like it.
hope so too.
Yeah, or
Um,
else.
I do like points, so I'm not sure where the myth came from that I don't enjoy points.
I guess because it's heavy on the crank and has a lot of physics involved, and that sort of reminds me of games like um, Whitewater Wipeout, but more so like Hypermeteor, and we did another like rotary crank-based game that I chose a while back that was a point chaser, and I don't think that really connected with you. So it kind of has elements of those in my mind that strike me as non-Nick games, but we'll
I,
see. We'll
I
see next fortnight.
I don't think points is the common factor there. I think it's something else.
Sure.
Um, I'll tell you at some point. All right,
Okay.
sounds good.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to playing that with everyone. In the meantime, just a quick reminder, I've got a new book coming out. You can find it at annualdispatch.com. That's annualdispatch.com. I won't say much more, but head over there. And if you could click on that notify me on launch button, I'd super appreciate it. But our podcast can be found at playdatepodcast.com or on the podcatcher of your choice. We're also on Blue Sky. That's helloplaydate.bluesky.social. And then finally, we're on the Nick. We had YouTube's fixed, and then we didn't, and then we did, and then we didn't. How's YouTube going these days?
Yeah, YouTube is doing its own thing.
Okay,
It is sometimes working and sometimes not. Um, I think it's working, but occasionally I'll get an email from YouTube saying it's totally broken, and then it will magically fix itself. So I keep poking at different aspects of it, trying to figure out what exactly it's mad about. But I think there may be something on YouTube's side that's actually causing the problem.
hmm.
So if you're a YouTube listener, you're probably not hearing this, but any other service should be functional, and YouTube will probably catch up at some point.
Okay. Well, if
Last time it kind of happened on its own after about 2 or 3 days.
Well, Nick, if you ever want to wash your hands of the YouTube, please let us know. But in the meantime, you can roll the dice and head over to youtube.com/at Hello Playdate Podcast. You can also email us helloplaydatepodcast@gmail.com, or we love those bingo tip lines. Those have been really banging recently, having some nice messages left, and you can be just like the message left from John this episode if you call 724 bingos 1. That's 724-246-4671. Leave us a message and we will respond on air.
Very good. We'll see you soon.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Bye bye, Aziz.